G'day and welcome to another video. In today's lesson we're going to learn how to make this really easy and simple headband. It is a lot easier than what you think. So let's get started on the lesson. Today's video is brought to you by redheart.com. For our supplies, we're going to need a tape measure. This is my new tape measure, isn't he cute? I cannot find Mr. Pig. I don't know where that one has gone. Somewhere, it's probably hiding in the couch somewhere. So we need a tape measure. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle with a large eye, which is better for sewing in your tails. We're going to need a crochet hook to go with your yarn. I'm using a smaller crochet hook that's recommended for the yarn, size 7 or a 4.5mm. It recommends normally a 5.5 or an eye crochet hook. I've got really loose tension, so I'm using one 2 sizes smaller than what's recommended. And we're going to need some yarn, and today I'm going to be using Red Heart Super Saver in the colour turquoise. Here's the label. You're not going to need much yarn at all, so I've just got some scraps, but that's the colour. And that's the brand that I'm using. But you can use sports weight, 8 ply or double knit. The worst weight yarn is equivalent to about a 10 ply. So to start off with, I'm using the double crochet stitch. You could use a single crochet or a half double crochet or a treble. You can basically use any stitch you want for this pattern. So making your slip knot, what we want to do is chain 6. And we're going to double crochet into the 4th stitch from the hook, which is the 4th chain. So we don't include the one that's on our hook. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So crochet into there for a double crochet. I just realised my crochet hook matches my yarn. Awesome! So again, yarning over, going into the next chain. Pull through and into that last chain. Now of course, if you want to have your headband wider, then don't forget you're going to have two little you're going to have 2 strips of your headband. It's not just one. So if you wanted to have that section wider, of course add more chains in the beginning and then just double crochet across. At the end we do a chain 3, turn our work around, and we've got 4 stitches, as you can see there. We've done the first one. That's 2, 3, and it looks like, to a beginner, this would look like that we don't have another stitch here, but we do. We have to always work into the turning chain that we did on the previous round, on the previous row in this case. So we have to go into that turning chain. So now we have our 4 stitches. Chain 3, and we're going to repeat this row for the length of our headband. So I'll show you that last stitch one more time. You're going to go into the top of the chain, grabbing the front and the back loop. Sometimes it can be tricky, so sometimes I actually go between the V and then pick up the 2 loops at the back. But if you can, pick the front and the back loop. And of course, because the camera's going, I won't be able to get it. So I'm going to go into there. So we make this for as long as we need. So my head measurement is 58 centimeters. I've got this strip finished off now, and I'm putting the ends together. This is where my yarn's finished off. So when you've done your last stitch, you're going to pull that yarn through the loop and pull tight. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half, and I'm going to tell you how long you need to make it. My head is 58 centimeters. This is really hard to fit into the camera. So I've just folded it. I've got some ends to sew in there. Folded it in half. Two ends are here. And this strip measures 120 centimeters. And my head measurement is approximately 58. So what you need to do is make the strip twice the length of the head circumference that you want it for. Now it will stretch, but because when we do that knot that you see at the beginning, which I will show you how to do it at the end, it takes up some of the slack. So the bit that stretches, normally we would take that off if we were making a headband, because if we left that head measurement exactly the same as a headband, it would stretch so much that it would be too loose. But because we've got that knot, it takes up the slack. So we basically make it twice the length of our head circumference. Now I will put a link below in a description box to my website, and that has head circumferences there. Of course, if you've got a tape measure and the person that you want to make it for, you just need to measure the head. So I will sew those ends in later, but what we need to do, fold your headband so that it's all laying flat, like that. And then we want to sew our ends together. You could crochet them together if you wanted to. You could slip stitch it. Completely up to you. So just going through the stitches. And then I will have to sew in the ends as well. There's this little one trying to get in on the action. And there's a couple of other ones I had to join in some yarn, so I'm trying to use up all my smaller bits of yarn. So make sure it's joined. As you can see here, I've missed a bit, so I'm going to go back across. I've got plenty of yarn, so it won't matter. Going to just work under these stitches. And then just attach this bit and that bit. That looks better. Looks a lot neater, doesn't it? Alrighty, so to finish off, what I do is I like to tie off a knot just to make sure it doesn't come undone. So go through a stitch, pull, but don't close up the loop. Put your needle through the loop and then pull out. And then we're going to sew in our ends. So we're going to go underneath stitches and just weave them in. And then repeat this for any other ends that you have. So once you've finished, it's time to wear it. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to get the knot. You're probably thinking, how on earth does we get a knot when it's just a complete straight strip? So stay tuned and I'll show you in just a moment. Now to do the headband, what we're going to do is we're going to put it on our hand like so. And we're going to do exactly the same with the other side. We're going to straighten out our arms. What we're going to do is we're going to put our fingers, so the top of our fingers are going to go underneath. So just sort of grabbing the headband, go underneath and then let go, and you'll get this twist in the middle. Okay, so we'll do that again. You're going to put your fingers underneath this one and the other one. So going under, just twist your hand around, keeping it on your hand. The other one doesn't do anything, it just sits there and looks good. So you get this twist. So one more time. You're going to grab hold of it with your thumb so it just keeps it steady. Then you're just putting your hand underneath and up. Then what you do, bring your hands together, put one loop onto the other hand, doesn't matter which way you go. Put your hand behind the loops that are on your hand, so put your other hand behind those loops. And now you've got your headband. And when you put it on, here is where the knot is. So when you've got it on, kind of looks like that. As you can see, it'll look a lot better actually on a head. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, as there will be more videos to come. Share your creations on our Facebook and Google Plus page. I will have a free written pattern. All the links that you need are in the description box. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy crocheting. So what we do is we grab the headband, we put it on our hands, and we put both hands in like that. See how that is? So both hands like that. Grab one of your hands, put your fingers underneath the headband. No, we're not doing bloody cat's cradle.